what Rembrandt does that you don't get from Goldsmith, or you don't get from the size Van der Velde or anyone else, he really focuses on the human emotion, the internal spiritual person rather than their physical likeness. And this print is called the 100 Guilders print because of the story that it costs 100 guilders to buy, which is very expensive, actually. There are over 35 figures in here, and each one of them expresses an emotion. They're not just the physical likeness, but they stand for, there's fear, there's sadness, there's caution, there's skepticism. You can read it on all their faces, and this is one of the great geniuses of Rembrandt, that he was able to convey that movement of the soul rather than, or be able to capture the movement of the soul with just a couple lines. You look at the figure of Christ close up, he's that small. But you sense a holiness in his face that's indescribable. And I showed this earlier today. This little square is probably my favorite part of the whole show because it shows an old man and a sick man with his wife. They're both elderly. He's exhausted. He looks tired and beaten down. And she looks hopeful. And she's bringing him to Christ to be healed. And she's got his arm around him and also a hand underneath his arm. And around his neck are his gloves. He's got his little mittens with a string that hang from his thing. And he's just stooped, and it's the most visual reference to marital love that I think in anything in the show. It's really moving. So this is the story when the sick are coming to Christ. He also, in this print, some of these prints wear out. Some of the impressions aren't as good as other ones. This is a very good impression. But the figure here, there's only one figure with his back to Christ. And he's near a camel, and it's from the same chapter of Matthew 19, where a rich person comes up to Christ, and Christ says, "Give away all your goods to the poor." And he doesn't do it, and he leaves. So we see him leaving out there, heading toward a camel. That's what it says. It's more difficult for a rich man to get into heaven than a camel through the needle. So there's also some symbolism in all of these images as well. But this is something I think you could spend the rest of your life looking at and see something new all the time.